In this series, we're building a system that automatically generates personalized digital files whenever a new Etsy order comes in. When a customer places an order, the system takes the personalization data, for example a name, generates the file, and everything's done within seconds. And to make this work, we're building an automation using make.com, a low-code automation platform where we can define step by step what should happen when a new order comes in. But for this automation to run, we need a trigger, and in our case, the trigger is a new order on Etsy. So we need a way for Etsy to notify our workflow whenever that happens. And we do that using a webhook. Basically, a URL that Etsy should call when a new order is placed. To be able to configure this, you need a registered app in the Etsy developer portal. No worries, in this video I will show you exactly how to set this up. Alright, the first step is to go to the Etsy developer portal, which you can access under etsy.com/developers, and click on create a new app. Now we just need to fill out a few fields, like the name. In our case, let's call it workflow automations. Next we need a description, and Etsy tells us exactly what they want here, namely an in-depth description on what your application does. So in our case, it's basically an app that automatically creates the files whenever a new order comes in. And I prepared a description. You can just copy and paste it if you want. My description is: automates the generation of customized digital files after a customer places an order with personalization data. This helps reduce processing time and prevent errors when handling custom digital products for my Etsy store. Next, we need a website URL. So if you are building an app for commercial use, you would enter the app's website here, but if it's only for your own store, like in our case, Etsy totally accepts it if you just enter your store URL here. So let's do this. mystorename.etsy.com. Next, we have the app details section. Let's answer a few questions. What type of application are you building? So we are building a seller tool. Who will be the users of this application? It's just myself. Is your application commercial? Nope. And will your app do any of the following? Yes, we want to read sales data because we want to fetch the order information. Okay, perfect. Let's proceed. Here you need to accept the Etsy API terms of use. I would recommend reading them carefully, but in a sense they require you to handle your API key with responsibility, and they can revoke access at any time if you violate the rules. Okay, perfect. This worked. This is what you see after you submitted your app request. As you can see, it's still in pending mode. Your key is not yet active, and next step would be that Etsy has to review it. Like I mentioned earlier, this can take a while. In my case, it took over 2 weeks and 1 email. And also, this confused me at first. You usually don't get an email notification or something when it's approved. So you need to check back from time to time in the developer portal if it's in approved state. For this, you enter etsy.com/developers again and click on manage your apps. So this is what it looks like when your app request has been approved. The status changed from pending personal approval to personal access, and now you see the 3 little dots here. From there, you can access the Webhook portal. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we need a way for Etsy to notify our workflow when a new order comes in. And the Webhook portal is exactly where we will set this up. So once your app is approved, you are ready for the next step. In the next video, we will build the automation workflow in make.com and connect it to Etsy using the Webhook portal you now have access to. And if you run into any issues while setting this up, please feel free to reach out in the comments. I'm very happy to help. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye!